back to the channel. If you're returning, thank you very much. If you're new around here, then hello, nice to meet you. This video is going to be a video about transitioning your wardrobe. So earlier in the year I done a transitioning from winter into spring summer, and now it is mid-October and I'm doing the transition from spring summer into autumn winter. Now a lot of people, especially people who do like capsule wardrobes and things like that, do this every single season. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Every single season they will switch up their wardrobe, change things up, add bits in and swap things out. I, quite frankly, couldn't bear the thought of having to do this more often than twice a year. I have put it off for as long as possible because actually September was a really relatively mild September for us in Scotland, but now we are most definitely in winter. It's soggy, it's muggy, it's horrible. So I'm going to swap all the summer stuff out now and add back in my winter things. Now I have sometimes spoke about the fact that I shop in fast fashion outlets, but I think it's important to remember fast fashion is only fast fashion if you're buying it and throwing it out and buying it and throwing it out. Just because something came from Primark, Topshop, H&M, high street brands does not necessarily mean that it's fast fashion. If you're buying something that has good quality, you're buying something that you think is kind of classic to your style and you will wear it year in, year out, then, you know, okay, it's fast fashion, but if you're getting good wear out of that over a decade or so, then to me, I think that's being relatively sustainable. Actually, over the last few months, I have done very little in the way of buying anything because I've been very aware, and any shopping I have done has been majority in charity shops, so I'll go over that as well. So if you like the sound of that kind of video, swapping everything out, seeing how I do it, and talking a little bit how I add in current trends and how I try to keep up with trends without buying a whole new wardrobe, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm just going to add in as well, as I said, I've done another video on this earlier in the year and I will put a little link up here because I'm not going to go into all my chest of drawers and everything again. I'm just going to insert little clips and talk about them when required. I didn't think I wanted this video to be as long as the one I done last time. I also will put links below to my Depop site where you can pick up anything. So if anything I'm saying here is going to be going to be sold, and I have lots of other stuff on there as well, I will link it down below. Otherwise, if I don't think anything's worth selling, then I will put it to a charity shop, and I regularly like to frequent charity shops and buy from charity shops. So we'll just get started. Again, probably go over and just give that wee video a look. We'll give you an idea of some of the other things that I'll be speaking about in this video without me having to repeat myself. Alright, so this is my wardrobe here. We have two sets of these IKEA Pax wardrobes. You know, you've probably seen them before. This one is Alan's over here, this one is mine. Now, my wardrobe at the moment is a bomb site and it's making me want to not wear things, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to talk about first is this section over here. As I said in the last video, I spoke about some formal items that I've got, longer dresses, pieces that are really more occasion wear. So none of that will be moving. That will all stay there. The reason it stays there is because it's the longest part of my wardrobe and I have nowhere else to put it. I'm then going to move on to this section here. This is coats and jackets. Now my storage system is up above. You can't see it because my camera isn't big enough, but I have two storage boxes above in the top part of these wardrobes. We have the tallest Pax wardrobes. And basically I've got lots of jackets and coats and stuff, specifically winter and autumn ones, up in these boxes. So I don't want to keep all of this stuff out because I just don't have the room to store it, and it's not necessarily things that I'll wear throughout autumn and winter. Alright, so I've got this suit from Zara. It's like a checked kind of tweed effect suit. I wear this blazer for this suit all the time, all year round, with lots of different outfits. Summer, spring, winter, autumn, all the seasons this gets worn. So I'm not going to be putting this away or storing it because I know it will come in handy over the next few months. And then my leather jacket, I'm not going to be putting that away because over the winter months equally, it's just an all-round staple that I always wear. And saying that, underneath is my denim jacket. I don't think I'll wear that in the winter. This is much more of a summer occasion thing for me, so this one will be going into storage. Now because I don't want to talk about absolutely every single piece, I'm just going to take out the things and do a little time lapse here, and then I'm going to show you what I'm putting back in. Alright, so I've done a pretty swift clear out there of all the things that I just know I will not wear throughout the next few months and I will wear for summer next year. But I'm just going to talk to you about a few little bits and bobs that I was on the fence about and not entirely sure. So my Zara trench coat and this little one from Primark that I've had for years and years are very much in keeping with the autumnal moment, but I know for a fact that I've got two coats in the boxes up above. That I've got a camel coat in the similar colour to this. It's not a trench, but it's like a long line camel coat. And I've also got like a long line kind of tweed with a mauve or burgundy undertone to it. Now this is brilliant and I love this coat and I wear it all the time. It'd be brilliant for a colour for this time of year, but the thing is, it is very, very thin. It is not something that I can put on and know this is going to keep me warm. It's much more of a layering piece. And although I really like to layer up at this time of year, it's quite thin, so if I put a jumper on under it, you can kind of see everything that's going on underneath it. So for that reason, I think I'm going to put these two away. I was on the fence about it, but I figured probably the best option. Now, as I moved along the wardrobe, I got to summer dresses and all that kind of stuff. And if you did watch my last video, you maybe have seen that I spoke about these two dresses. They're kind of floral, just pretty summer dresses, pretty basic. And I said, I'll leave these ones in. I'll see if I'll wear them this summer. The both of them are probably the better part of 3 or 4 years old. But to be honest with you, I didn't wear them. And I think that just is a testament to the fact that this isn't for me anymore. This isn't my style. It's not what I wear. So for that reason, these will be going on to be sold. I will keep these to be sold closer to summertime. There's no point putting on things like this at this time of year. Nobody is looking to buy anything like this at this time of year. So you're better keeping these things stored away somewhere if you've got room for them, and then putting them up on sites to sell them. Otherwise you can take them to a charity shop, but again, better if you do it in the seasons. Please don't take them to landfill. Don't just throw away good clothes. There is no point. People need them. People enjoy shopping in charity shops. People like finding things that are a bit different from what's on the high street. So please don't just ditch things because you don't need them anymore. Have a think about it. You then might have seen me whisking through these two items. So this is a pair of these like culotte style wide leg trousers with a nipped in waist. Now when I first got these, I wore them to death. I want to say they're 2 years old, so over this summer I didn't really wear them, but last summer I wore them to death. Now I left them in this year thinking, well, I wore them lots last year, maybe I'll wear them next year. But in this instance, I feel this is too soon for me to just chuck these out. I think I need to give them another round like next summer, and if I don't wear them next summer, then I will decide, you know, actually maybe that was just a trend for one summer that I got, and actually I'm not going to wear them again. But again, you have to think about these things, don't just fling things out straight away. So I'll give them one more cycle and we'll see if I'll bring them out next year and wear them. Again, this piece is something that I spoke about in my last video. Now I left it in over the summer months to see if I would wear it. This is a size 12 and it fits me no problem, but it is a size 12 from New Look in the petite range. And actually I bought it because I loved the print and I loved the style of it, but with it being petite, it's just a little bit too snug on the calf area for me, which is quite strange. It's not the bum and all, that's fine, it's my calf muscles that really struggle. But as you can see, it's still got the tag on. I wore this out with the tag on it because I actually thought, do you know what, I think I've had it on my back once. And I thought, I'm not taking the tag off that because I don't know how I feel about it, and if somebody else can get some use out of it, I will leave the tag on. It is like brand new. I've had it on once, so it's just such a shame for it to just be thrown away and not used, and this is where fast fashion becomes an issue, obviously. So I didn't wear it over summer. I've not been inclined to put it back on. I feel like it was one of those trend pieces that I bought that was silly, and it is a regret, and that's what I'm trying to do less of. So this here I will definitely put up for sale because, as I say, it's been on my back once and somebody else could get much better use out of it. And I think actually for the colour of this at this time of year, people might actually buy that, so I'll probably put that up just now. Okay, so the next kind of area that I want to talk about is camisole and vest tops, because obviously during the winter months you're not going to wear as many, but it's quite easily to put a jumper over the top of a camisole or a vest top. Layering is required. I live in Scotland. I might want to go out of an evening somewhere that a camisole top is required, where I will be indoors on a night out, but it's going to be flipping freezing to get there, so I'm going to need to wear a jumper over the top of it. So I didn't just fling all my camisoles into my summer stuff. Lighter ones that I think are definitely more summer, spring appropriate, have been moved. But I just wanted to speak about a couple of these wee things. This one here, the kind of gold with the, well, it's more yellow, mustard gold with the black, I picked up in a charity shop really recently. Now it's from Zara and it's Zara knitwear. It's kind of like a fine knit top. And I bought this for like £3.90 and it's from Zara. And I will get so much use out of this over the next coming months. So it's always important to look for things. There are absolute bargains and little gold mines in your charity shops. The top that's sitting behind it, I spoke about in my summer haul because it was one that I wore on holiday during the summer. I took it away with me, I wore it with white denim, it worked really well. But because of the colour, as I say, I think that'll go really well in the next few months as well, so I'm not going to put that away either. The pink one, however, was one, again, that I said I will put it out and we'll see if I wear it over the summer, which I did not. So I am going to move that one along. I will probably just donate that to a charity shop. Now the same goes for these like spaghetti strap camisole tops. These two colours here are so appropriate for this time, like a black satin and this very deep mustard satin. This, however, the one at the back is Topshop and it is much brighter yellow. I think it is much more appropriate for the summer. So I feel like this one probably needs to go away for the more summer months. This one here is my Erdem kind of racer back top, so I always kind of keep that to hand. But in saying all of that, because it's not something that I will wear on the regular necessarily in the next few months, and it might be something that I would wear underneath clothes, I will move these into my chest of drawers because I have moved all of my knitwear out of my chest of drawers. I'm just going to show you a little clip very quickly. Alright, so from the top set of drawers, nothing is really going to change very much. In the middle, I keep all of my denim. I wear denim all year round. Different types of denim, frayed edge denim, ripped open at the knees denim, black denim, dark denim, lighter wash denim. It's all there. White denim as well. Now white denim is usually kept up in the kind of top right hand corner. You'll see me pointing to it. Now the thing is, the white denim, yes, is much more summer. But actually, this pair of white denim that I've got on just now are much more of like a stone wash, so they've got that kind of oatmeal grey colour to them. So these will continue to be worn over the next few months. I will keep them out. Because I'm lucky enough to have the room, I don't feel I need to move any of my denim anywhere and everything is working for me. With the exception of one pair of acid wash jeans, which you'll see me showing you here. Basically, I've not had them on for a long time and I don't think I will have them on. Now, as for all my t-shirts, I really have found that they've been working for me. Being lined up like that, it allows me to see all my t-shirts to hand. And obviously on the other side, I have all my band t-shirts. Now I need them to be at hand all the time because they are wearable throughout the year. There is no kind of seasonal aspect to any of these things. It is jeans and t-shirts and it's very bog standard. So that drawer will stay the same. The drawer down for that is underwear, so we're not going in there. And then the drawer below that is where I have been keeping my knitwear. So basically, I'm keeping all of these jumpers that have been in the drawer and now they will go into the closet where I was keeping a lot of summer camisole type things, and that is the swap that I will do there. Alright, so there's a fairly extensive big gap there now. You can see that. That's all the empty hangers that I've got, and there is still some at this side where I'm going to put my little jackets and coats back in. Here I pretty much had, after the camisoles, any kind of shirts that I was wearing. Now I think shirts are very good to be interchangeable. I don't think there's any that I feel are strictly summer only that I own. That one there, the white cream blouse, would probably be the only one that I thought was strictly summer, but again, I would wear it in autumn. I don't see why not. Over, like underneath this jumper, why not? Alright, so the next thing that I've got to tackle are these little drawers here. I've got 3 drawers. The top one is strictly kind of vest tops, and I would say majority are summer tops. Not things that I'm going to wear throughout the winter months. So these will most definitely be stored away and brought back out next year. And there's a lot of kind of really like little stringy vest tops that I just know are not going to be wearable at this time of year whatsoever. But I will absolutely wear again on holiday over and over. So they'll go away as well. Alright, so now that I've emptied the drawers, I've done the exact same thing to handbags and shoes as well. Looked at them, am I going to wear them over the next few months? Do I need them to be out and about? For instance, this little wicker bag, very much a spring summer item, needs to be packed away because I am not going to use it over the next coming months. and at the point of when my room is in complete disarray, and I might just pull my hair out. This is the worst thing about doing this. This is why I only like doing it a couple of times a year. Now, a couple of things I just wanted to bring up was, I have this dress that I wore throughout the summer. It's like a long white Grecian kind of cheesecloth with stitching. Now, I went on an evening out and a work colleague of mine stood on said dress and tore the back of it. So there's like a big hole in the back now. But this is a very easy fix. Now again, a fast fashion item from the high street. A lot of people would be tempted to just throw this away. But all I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see the hole there. The hole is quite massive. All I'm going to do is get some Bondi web, which is a thing that sometimes people use to iron their seams up on their trousers if they need to take them up a little bit. Some Bondi web and another piece of lace trim. Now finding lace trim like this is so easy. So another piece of lace trim and some Bondi web, and with a trusty needle, I am going to fix that. So I'm going to pack that away once I've fixed it for next summer, because I really enjoyed this dress. It wasn't particularly expensive. I think it was from Primark and it maybe cost me £18. It really was not expensive, but actually it's a very pretty dress. So fast fashion does not have to be throwaway fashion. Please remember this. Another item that I found when I was emptying those drawers were my leather trousers. Now, they're not real leather trousers, they're just from H&M or something like that. Kind of leatherette trousers, and I wear these every single year during kind of the winter months, autumn months. I've got them on an awful lot. So they were just in that drawer, I can't remember why, but what I will do is hang them up now because these will definitely get worn over the next little while. Now, as for my shoes, at my feet here there's just a bomb site of stuff going on that I don't want to subject you to. But just a couple of things I wanted to speak about. First being, these, they were bought for fancy dress pretty much when I went to the Spice Girls. They're big platform white shoes, and I know there's a lot of like youngsters that wear this like trendy and fashionably and successfully but me, they're just not mine. They're not my style, they're not my cup of tea, it's not anything I'll ever wear. So I will pass these on to a new home or a charity shop. They're just not for me. It was for a specific reason I bought them, so they will be going. Now the majority of my high heeled shoes sit at the back of my wardrobe here, but what I'm going to do is, I have a little space at the bottom of the drawers down there that I don't think you can see, and I can keep boots and shoes and all that kind of stuff down there as well. So what I tend to do is, at this time of year, I've got boots up here because it's probably the thing I'll be wearing the most, and in my drawers here I keep bags as normal, and then in the bottom drawer I'll keep things like slip-on brogues and kind of loafers, things like that that I would maybe wear as well this time of year. I do have a little pair of mules here. Now, not that they're particularly winter friendly because you'll have cold feet, but again, for an evening out might be something that comes in useful, so I will keep them at the front. Alright, so now we've done the majority of the moving out, I'm going to move everything back in. And as I said, I don't want this video to be too horrific, like hours long, but I'm going to move the camera down just so you've got a better angle of what I'm doing at this point. So all the jackets that I kind of put to the side earlier that I knew I was going to put back in are going to go back in now. Now, I was on the fence about this blazer. It's maybe more of a spring item, but actually with some white denim and a big roll neck kind of jumper, it goes really well in the winter, so I'm going to keep that out as well. Okay, and here's where we try to bring stuff down without killing yourself. So this exact jumper was the one I was thinking about when I was talking about that blazer. It's like a cream, kind of slightly oversized funnel neck cotton jumper. It's very nice, from Marks and Spencer's. So I'm going to keep this, and as I said, I've got all my knitwear that I took out my drawers, and they're going to go up into this section here. As I say, I've got all of my knitwear over there that I brought out of my chest of drawers as well, but this is more of a kind of like, this could actually be worn with a jumper over the top of it. It's more t-shirt material but very thick, so we'll put this out. Next up, these are all kind of knitted roll necks, if you know what I mean, like jumpers but long kind of knitted versions of them. I think this one from New Look might be the only one that's not. That's maybe more of a fine one, but they're all like jumper style, roll necks, easy to layer, easy to go underneath things. And I think what I will actually do is put these fine knit ones into my chest of drawers and keep all my chunky knits in here. And here are a couple more shirts, more winter styled attire, so I'll hang these up. This one's from Monkey. I only bought this last year, so this is going nowhere. I really like this. This one is from River Island, I think. Yeah, it's relatively old now though. I'm actually looking at it wondering, will I wear it this year? Because I don't think it went on my back very much last year. I used to love that plaid style of a shirt, but I think I've grown out of it slightly. It's not something I wear very often anymore. Even in the last couple of years, it's not been my first choice of things, because to be honest with you, I just don't really wear this style of shirt anymore. I'm actually looking at it thinking, I won't wear this style of shirt anymore. No, it's gonna go to be sold on to a good home. See, this is how long it takes. The delegation with yourself is real. I then have an absolutely cracking pair of rust trousers from New Look that I picked up last year. And actually my mum bought the same pair in a cream colour for our holidays. But so right for this time of year, and I love the colour. So I'll hang these ones up next to the leather ones. And here is my camel coat. Needs a bit of a shake. Things do get creased when you put them away every year, but it's better than throwing things out and buying them all again. Hanging up for a little while. You can steam them as well with an iron if it helps. This is the other coat that I was talking about. So it's more of a herringbone, and it's kind of got a burgundy tone through it as well. It looks kind of grey on the camera, but it's definitely more of a kind of, it's got reds, greens, browns, navy, and red, I mean burgundy. And it's actually piped with burgundy as well on the collar there. Now this one is my acquired coat. If you did watch the last video, I spoke about this. I picked this up, I was on a night out at a nightclub, wore something very similar. Somebody hung up their jacket next to mine. They took my jacket, I took theirs. Happens. But it meant it had a new colour of coat. So the rest of this box is specifically knitwear. So I'm going to just go ahead and hang up all of my knitwear. I think the only one that I've got anything to really say anything about is probably my Zara dress. It's been an absolute godsend over the last few years. A long knit, oversized Zara dress. I flippin' love it. I adore it. Every year I bring it out. I think I'm so glad I bought it. I got it in the sale. Love it. And then I do have a couple of kind of novelty knitwear as well, which is specifically for around about the Christmas time. Santa Paws, because I've got cats, and this one I think has little reindeers on it. I think I actually got that from H&M last year. So kind of more novelty items that I will keep probably in one of these drawers until closer to Christmas. Okay, so I've got all my kind of chunky knits in here. The only thing I was going to say was in here, what I tend to do is things that are of a finer knit, things that I don't really want holes to be poking through and things like that, I tend to put in drawers. I won't put them hanging up because sometimes it gives them funny like markings on their shoulders and things like that. Also, always see these little tassels that people usually cut off. I'm not gonna lie, I've been susceptible to cutting them off myself sometimes, but on jumpers it's really important that you try and keep these little tassels on, for the simple reason you hang them over the actual hanger bit, and then your elbows won't droop and you'll get less chance of any kind of spiking through or marks on your good jumpers. And the next few items that I'm bringing out of here are leather skirts. Now, I've noticed that on a lot of the runways, and that's not because I'm super duper fashion buff, I've noticed it on Instagram, I've noticed a lot of things, a lot of people talking about leather skirts on the runways. And this skirt in particular is probably about 6 years old, and I've packed it away every year, and it's actually very in keeping for the trend that is out at the moment. I also have one in a kind of burgundy colour. If you can hear that noise, it's my cat going mental. Are we alright? So as I was saying, I also have one in this kind of burgundy colour as well. So I will hang all of these up as well because it's more likely I will get some wear out of these. I have a slightly different style. This one is more A-line, but this is just a black one. But again, very, very useful. Pack them away. The shops are going to have stuff like this at the moment in trend. Keep your things. You don't need to throw them all away. Now, I kept a couple of these skirts in here from summer But looking at them now, I'm thinking, do you know what, I could probably just pack these away. I'm going to have enough variations of things. This is definitely, could be more of a Christmas number. I'll maybe keep the pink one out and put my polka dot one away. Because just sometimes you got to think, you're trying to do this to give yourself more options, to see what you've got in your wardrobe. Now my wardrobe is by no means a capsule wardrobe lover's dream, not in any way, shape or form. I like to have selection, but it's good to be able to see what you've got. Any kind of dresses that I think do not need to necessarily be ironed. I've got like this schmuck one here, it's like a kind of navy one, A-line. This doesn't need to be ironed either. And I have had this dress, honestly, I think I've had this dress since I was 20, pretty much 10 years. 10 years, and I will still wear it every winter. If you keep your clothes in really good condition and wash them appropriately, you should get plenty of years out of them if they're good quality. Now I do have a couple of dresses that I think will need to be hung because they will be very creased otherwise. Alright, so we're well and truly losing the light now. It's took me a good couple hours to get this done. I'm going to take you off the stand because, as you know, I don't have a fancy camera, just to show you what I've done in the rest of the area. Okay, so we can see here, as I say, my wardrobe is not going to be a capsule wardrobe lover's dream, but it works for me. Down here I put boots and things like that. That's actually a pair of knee-high boots in the back there because I just had to squeeze them in somewhere. Then I have all of my kind of more winter handbags, kind of bigger tote bags, things like that, and a couple of little jazzy ones because sometimes if it's Christmas time you need things like that. Maybe you're going to a Christmas party or your work's Christmas do or something. In the bottom one I have got all kind of brogues, and I mean this is a classic kind of brogue, isn't it, a patent one. Then I've got these kind of loafers as well, this kind of Gucci style, but obviously not real Gucci. And in the drawers I've put all of my fine knitwear in the top drawer. In the second drawer I've got a couple of wee dresses and things that just didn't really need to be hung up, but they'll stay in there, and a little pair of leather kind of shorts actually. And this one is actually empty at the moment. This only really has the kind of Christmas knitwear, so that's in there. And then at the very bottom I have got all of my other boots, like Chelsea boots, kind of winter boots and things like that. I try and keep suede and things a little higher up because sometimes it'll be susceptible to getting a bit of damp and stuff on it if you've got a cold house. I live in a very old house, so suede becomes more susceptible to getting little damp spots on it as opposed to leather and kind of pleather. Yep, we see you. Okay, so that is me finished, thankfully. I hope you find this video enjoyable. I hope it helps you think about how to swap things out, how not to always just throw everything away once you've kind of got past the season and pick new things up. Always hold on to things that you think are a bit more classic and you could use again year after year. If they're really good quality, it doesn't really matter where you're buying it from. Now I know there are a lot of things to suggest that maybe ethically things aren't produced as well in some high street brands, and I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of that for the simple reason that is up to yourself and your own kind of thoughts and views and opinions and beliefs. But all I'm saying is, even if something is from Primark, it doesn't mean to say that it's throwaway fashion. Hold on to your things. Also, I have actually managed to do that whole swap and only picked out a very few amount, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that I am going to actually physically bin, simply because they are so old and worn and getting holes in them. I would usually mend those types of things, but in particular the pair of trousers that I'm looking at have been mended already, and I think when it gets to that point you have to accept defeat. But the other pieces, I will put them into charity shops, as I say, or I will give them on to people and sell them on to other people at appropriate times of the year. So I just want to say thank you again for watching. If you like this video, then please give a little thumbs up, and the subscribe button is over here somewhere as well. I will put links throughout this video to my kind of decluttering of all the other stuff earlier in the year. I didn't want to like go over it all again, and just let me know what you think about it. Do you do this with your wardrobe, or is it just weirdos like me that like to do this? Is your wardrobe, do you think this is too much? Do you have a much more compacted wardrobe? Are you much more selective about the things that you keep in your wardrobe, or are you out every single weekend picking up new pieces and always saying, I've never got anything to wear? Try and think about the pieces that you have and style them for current trends. Anyway, again, thank you for watching and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.